today on old age begins at 80. As far as India is concerned, whenever we have grandchildren, we think we are old. So this is the concept which has been going on in the last 75 years. I have seen, this is what things are. When you have grandchildren, everybody says, I'm old. I will give some statistics, which is again the Government of India statistics as far as our numbers are concerned. In Bharat Senior Citizen Number and Demographics. This is 2025 statistics. India is witnessing a fast growing elderly population, and there are over 160 million, that is 16 crores people are there, ages 60 plus in 2025, which make 10% of the population. So all of you please remember this figure, that we at the moment are 10% of the population who are plus 60 years. By 2050, this segment will double, reaching nearly 300 million, which is 20% of the population. States like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Himachal Pradesh already have more than 20% elderly in their population today. The old age dependency ratio is rapidly rising, increasing the importance of elderly citizens and their future career, which we are going to hear from the invited speaker. Coming to the quality of life, challenges, and the plight of financial security. Again, this is all Indian data. Only about 30% of the seniors get regular pensions or social security. Many depend on savings or family. But joint family structures are shrinking, we all know, across country. As for the health is concerned, nearly 70% of the seniors have at least one chronic disease, such as hypertension, diabetes, or arthritis. As for the health issues are concerned, remember, about 27% face dementia, 20% face depression, and around 40% have bone-related issues. I repeat again, 20% face dementia, 20% face depression, and around 40% have bone-related issues. As for the healthcare access is concerned, India has only few hundred professionally trained geriatricians versus crores of elderly people. And I think all of us who have stopped active teaching in the medical colleges have to see to it that we get ourselves trained as geriatricians. In Indira Gandhi Open School, this particular course is available. I requested Dr. Renu to find out about this, and we can definitely register online and get this particular course for us. Most public health schemes cover only a quarter of the elderly population. Now, issue of concern is mainly loneliness and emotional well-being. Social isolation is real, especially after the breakdown of joint families. Mental health issues are rising, and very little work has been done on the mental health as far as our country is concerned. So mental health of elderly people is totally neglected. Now, coming to the Western concept. The Western concept is that the old age begins at 80, reflects a powerful shift in our understanding of aging in the 21st century. There is a school of senior citizen in Germany, West Germany, and whatever I'm going to talk today is the director of that particular institute talking about it. Coming to the brain health and cognitive vitality. According to him and many other experts now, neuroplasticity continues till 90 years. Neuroplasticity continues till 90 years plus. Experts say brains can grow new connections at any age through learning and curiosity. Lifelong learning delays dementia. Reading, puzzles, music, language, or even online courses keep the brain sharp. Daily walking increases hippocampal volume, preserving the memory. Volunteering enhances cognition. Whenever you have a psyche, giving back to the society increases the purpose of your life, social interaction, and neural engagement. Meditation improves attention span and memory in older adults, and this is something magic. One has to start doing it. If you are simply quiet for 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening, just concentrating on your respiration, it does wonders. We Indians feel, and especially the ladies feel, multitasking is our, काम है हमारा. But especially for seniors, it is advised avoid multitasking. It increases stress and impairs cognition. Focus deeply on one task at a time. One task at a time and avoid multitasking. Regular sleep is again another magic. 7 to 8 hours sleep is critical for memory consolidation and emotional balance. Practice gratitude and do journaling of the same. Boost mood and rewires the brain. Be optimistic. Challenge yourself weekly that you will learn a new app, you learn a new recipe, if nothing else. You will learn a poem, if nothing else, Hanuman Chalisa. To stretch your cognitive muscles. कोई भी नई चीज को आप सोचो कि ये 4 लाइनें मुझे याद करनी है और उसको देखो, and you will find that you will be able to do it. I registered myself to one particular course on how to improve your memory, and because the course fee was 1 lakh of rupee, so I dropped out. But there are techniques available who can make you sharp even after 75. Avoid information overload. ये बहुत जरूरी है. My father used to say that our brain has got a fixed capacity, though we know it is not true. And तो garbage समय समय से इसमें निकालना पड़ेगा to get some new things. So curate your news and media in a very big way to preserve mental peace. जितना garbage डालोगे उतना ही आपका mental peace खत्म हो जाएगा. Physical health and energy. Exercise is medicine. 150 minutes per week of moderate activity like walking, yoga, swimming prolongs life. It can be anything. You can do even cycling on a stationary cycle. Muscle loss is not destiny. Resistance training twice a week can help to maintain the strength and independence. And there are simple techniques are available, and I think any good physiotherapist should be able to do and teach you these things. Balance training prevents falls. This is very, very important. Tai Chi, yoga, and a simple standing on one leg, these drills are excellent. Adequate hydration is the key. 2 to 2.5 liters per day of water you should be taking. It is crucial. Older adults often ignore thirst because they don't feel thirsty, but you have to make a conscious effort for your hydration. Gut health is very, very important. It is said that the majority of illness start in a bad gut health. Fiber-rich diet, diverse diets with fermented foods aids immunity and brain health. फर्मेंटेड फूड्स को इग्नोर नहीं करिए, इसको लेना शुरू करें. समथिंग लाइक कांजी और इडली वगैरह है. These things are definitely lighter and definitely help to maintain the normal flora for your gut. 3 supplements should not be ignored. That is vitamin D, vitamin B12, and calcium. They need regular monitoring and supplementation. You can't afford to ignore these 3 components. You must also know that the control of blood pressure and the sugar, blood pressure should be maintained at 120/80, whether you do it without drugs or with drugs. And your sugar should also be 2 hours PP should be kept at 120. And this will take care of your brain, kidney, and eye health. They all depend on these two parameters, that is your blood pressure as well as your sugar. Preventive checks annually, twice a year, are very, very important. They help to detect the silent killers like hypertension, also the anemia and osteoporosis early. Emotional resilience and the inner peace. Friendship protects longevity. Loneliness is more dangerous than smoking. I repeat again, loneliness is more dangerous than smoking. Join a laughter club or some religious satsang and share the joy of community. It is a powerful emotional medicine. Cut toxic ties. At this stage, protect your energy. Choose people, choose peace over people. You should not be, at this stage, you should not be pleasing people. Make peace with the past, which is most difficult part of it, that, whatever, if you go back in your past, there's so many things which you have done the wrong way. Emotional healing reduces chronic stress and boosts immunity. So this is very, very important that, you make peace with your past. Mindfulness practices reduce cortisol, because हम इतना सोचते हैं कि cortisol is all around us because of stress, and any kind of a simple mindful practices can promote calmness, and alertness increases manifold. Stay spiritually connected, be it in nature, or you may have a prayer schedule, or any purposeful work you may be doing. It anchors you deeply. Meaningful living and contribution. This is very, very important. You are still a role model. Always think that. Inspire the young with your wisdom and actions, not just words, because they are very sharp and they want, if you're doing something, it is very obvious. Pass down life lessons through storytelling, record audios, write memoirs, talk to grandchildren, talk to the students whenever you have the opportunity. It is always said that, elders must spend little time with children to rejuvenate them and recharge them on a daily basis. Start a small community initiative, maybe a plant drive, or a reading club, or a music club, or a health awareness walk. Digital engagement matters. Stay connected via WhatsApp, Zoom, YouTube. Technology is a bridge. It is not a barrier. So, जो भी आपके काम के लिए, जुड़ने के लिए कोई भी साधन है, उसको हमें सीखना चाहिए और प्रैक्टिस करना चाहिए. Celebrate your legacy. Frame your achievements, awards, and values. Your life is a story worth honoring. Believe 80 is just another sunrise. You are earned the right to live with grace, gratitude, and enthusiasm, gusto. So the bonus tip is define your 80s as the age of mastery and not misery. You're not old. You are experienced, empowered, and evolving. Embrace it. I liked the professor telling just now that, 60 years the government or your family keeps you engaged. Now it is your art and the skill, how you keep yourself busy from 60 to 100 years. Thank you very much.